Today's webinar on valuing equity compensation, a Monte Carlo approach. My name is Diane with Armanino McKenna, and I will be your moderator. Before I introduce our speakers, I'd like to cover a few housekeeping tips. Today's session will be recorded, and all phone lines are muted to ensure quality and courtesy for our presenters and our participants. First, let's review your webinar pane. At the top right, you'll see a yellow arrow. Click the arrow to expand the webinar pane to adjust your audio or enter questions via the question feature located at the bottom left of this webinar pane. Throughout the webinar, we encourage you to type in your questions that our presenters will answer at the end of the presentation. To adjust your audio, you may select either listen through your telephone or you may select use mic speaker mode to listen through your computer. Today we're offering CPE for this webinar, and to qualify for California CE, you must be using a personal computer, no PDAs, and log in with your own information and unique URL. Be logged into our online software for at least 50 consecutive minutes within the scheduled time frame of the webinar. Actively respond to at least 75% of the polling questions and complete the evaluation survey at the end of the webinar. So let's get started. Please join me in welcoming our two presenters. Our first presenter is Dirk Van Dyke. Dirk is Managing Director in Valuation Services Group at Armanino McKenna. He holds an ASA in Business Valuation. He earned his undergraduate degree in economics at Johns Hopkins University and has a Master of Science in Business Administration from UC Berkeley. He's an expert in valuations. Dirk has over 18 years of experience working in Silicon Valley, valuing technology companies. His major practice includes in tech company common stock valuations for option pricing for IRS Code Section 409A and ASC 718, formerly 123R. Purchase price allocation valuations, ASC 805, formerly 141R. Goodwill impairment testing for 142, and valuations for M&A purposes, including shareholder buyouts. Dirk, it's great to have you with us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, and our next presenter we'll be hearing from is Trang Nguyen. Trang is a consultant at Armanino McKenna. She earned her bachelor degree in economics at the University of California, San Diego, and she holds a master's degree of arts in economics from the University of San Francisco. Trang has a background in researching and analyzing SEC financial data relating to executive compensation, including assets, stock options, and severance payments. She continues to build experience performing business and intangible asset valuations of closely held corporations for financial reporting and stock option pricing, IRC 409A, ASC 17 purposes, and evaluating complex equity awards via Monte Carlo simulation, providing stock option administration and conducting SOX internal audit at Armanino McKenna. Trang, it's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Hi, Diane. Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Great. So let's get started and review today's learning objectives. Today we will identify complex equity compensation and when a Lattice or Monte Carlo analysis is necessary to comply with ASC 17, formerly SFAS 123R, determine the usefulness of Monte Carlo model in valuing complex equity compensation plans, explain the process of valuing a performance award via Monte Carlo method, and review the current trends for the application of Monte Carlo simulation in business valuation and types of equity offer. So Trang, I'll turn it over to you to review the agenda with us today.
Okay, thank you, Diane. As a roadmap for today's discussion, we have divided the presentation into 4 topics. The first topic will address issues from the SEC about their concerns regarding the use of more traditional models for valuing complex equity. The second topic will provide a brief introduction on the theory behind the Monte Carlo method, how traditional models such as the Black-Scholes are not structured to account for provisions that complex equity would often incorporate, and how Monte Carlo simulation can account for them. The third topic will lay out the process of applying a Monte Carlo simulation through an example, as well as identifying the advantages and disadvantages of this approach. The final topic will cover the trends in equity grants and how Monte Carlo modeling might be gaining more popularity and relevance in business valuations. So this